You didn't sound... Okay, so we're not officially live yet. I know you might see our faces. We just have to move everyone's panel around. But we're here, audience. You can see us, and we're talking. How are you, everyone?
Hey.
Hey.
We'll get the official show started as soon as I get everyone in their proper spots.
Yeah,
not
like
that I forgot to do that before the show started, because I was so excited to hit the start button. That would not be something a professional like myself would do.
A++ job.
I know, right?
12 out of 10.
All right, those faces look like they're in the correct place.
There we go. There's a couple 10 out of 10s for you in the chat. There you go.
Oh, thanks, JP.
Nice.
Uh-oh. So I'm trying a new overlay thing where I don't, like, slam too much information at people. Yeah, we'll see how this works out. Just a simpler overlay. You know, I figured since it was just a one-shot, I would, you know, test some stuff out.
Use your guinea pigs? That's cool.
Yeah, of course I would use guinea pigs.
That's cool.
Especially without your permission.
Pig.
Of course, yeah. I see how it is.
That's science. That's how science works.
Is it? Is it though? Yes.
I think we're ready for an official start. So let me mark down the time here. Welcome to the D&D 5e one-shot of Being Evil Bad People, featuring myself, APGamingREAL, with Piaan, Sid Alpha, Tuxtradamus, and Noob with Boo. Oh, damn it, my camera's reversed again, and I'm pointing at the wrong people. No technical issues tonight. Everything is working perfectly. Everything was definitely set up. And if you're watching the YouTube video, there have been 0 issues. Nothing ever goes wrong. Let's be clear here.
Everything's awesome.
So let's do introductions, because there's a bunch of people you may not have seen before, and some people who are assholes on this show. So let's start with the assholes, because we've seen them before. Tuxtradamus.
Oh, okay. Yep. See, I was wondering. I wasn't sure, and you got me. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
To be fair, it was, basically flip a coin at this point.
Hi, I'm apparently one half of the resident assholes on the show today. I'm Tuxtradamus. I do streamy stuff. I do RPG stuff with Arthur. He's either there or there. I'm not sure where.
I'm middle, so point to your left.
My left?
Yep, that's me right there.
There he is. He's right there. Bam, right there. I'm here a lot. I'm on a bunch of people's stuff because apparently people like me for some reason. So that's cool. Doesn't have to do with anything with the fact that I bribed everyone. So let's just pretend that never happened.
Yeah.
I got $200.
Yeah, I'm excited to play an evil person for the very first time.
Wow. Really? That's what you're going with?
What are you talking about? I've
Not
never
even
played
the first time this week,
before.
buddy.
I've never played an evil person on your channel and betrayed anyone before. What are you talking about?
And I'm definitely still not mad about it.
For those of you that don't know,
You guys got some beef? Jeez.
for those of you that don't know, I have played an evil person on Arthur's channel before, and in fact, I betrayed him. So
I think they caught the subtext there.
Salt.
okay, I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure.
Oh yeah, hit me JP Salt right now.
All the salts.
All the salts. But yeah, I'm excited. Besides all that, I'm excited.
Now, Tux, you're also a Twitch streamer, correct? I just want to emphasize that if people want to watch your content, they can go to twitch.tv/Tuxtradamus, right?
Indeed, they would go to twitch.tv/Tuxtradamus. If they go to twitch.tv/Tuxtradamus, they will not find a 404 not found error. They will find my channel.
I see.
Perfect.
Excellent.
Yes.
Now, to round out the second half of the pair of people who have betrayed me in the recent past, let's talk to Rich, aka Sid Alpha. How are you doing this week?
I'm doing fantastic. In fact, I've managed to really bone up on my special effects abilities. And this week I decided, instead of a normal background, I decided to depict what it would be like if I were at work behind me. So that's a thing.
I really
In-
like the desk fan over there over your shoulder.
So classy.
That really sells it.
Yeah.
That's an antique. I like that one. So yeah, I'm actually at work right now because I wasn't able to get out of here early enough to run home. So you guys are going to have to deal with me being in my office. And there are still people around, so I might get asked intermittent questions. So that's a thing that could potentially happen over the next 20 minutes. In addition to that, when I'm not here or here, I do have a YouTube channel that I go by Sid Alpha, where I do video game reviews, first impressions, gaming news, lots of Star Citizen stuff. Occasionally, you'll see a weird drunken video come out of me, or me bashing on a console peasant. That's stuff that's been known to happen.
Man, you're really emphasizing this console peasant thing lately.
I had a lot of fun with that.
That's like your main draw to your channel right now.
console.
Now, to be
bashing.
clear, that's
Yeah.
at youtube.com/SidAlpha, right?
Absolutely is.
Man, I'm getting so much better at selling out.
So yeah, please feel free to go check it out. I would appreciate it greatly. And in addition to that, I was up until recently a regular on Arthur's Skulls and Shackles game on Sunday evenings, which unfortunately, as all good things do, they must come to an end.
Well, I mean, it was 43 weeks long, so yeah.
Jeez.
Could have gone on for another 43. Just saying.
Jeez.
Yikes almighty.
Yep, that was like a year and a half in the making with all the breaks we took. So we have two newcomers to this channel. I wanna start with Piaan because I'm fairly certain you can find her regularly over at twitch.tv/Swargulus channel, where she runs it. I mean, he's the public face of it, but she's basically the Wizard of Oz of that channel.
I edit all the videos. I make sure he puts his schedule up. You know, I'm Piaan. I don't really stream or have a YouTube channel or anything, but like he said, I'm over on twitch.tv/Swargula, usually every Sunday for the campaign he's running. And yeah, that's all I got. I'm not super interesting on the internet or anything.
Oh no!
So,
I've
how
been
did you get
following your Twitter feed. You had some interesting things to say about glasses a couple of minutes ago. And
Yeah.
is it true that we can find you on Twitter at _Piaan?
It is true, yes.
Okay.
I tweet awful things that you can like.
Perfect.
So how did you get your super organizing powers? Was it a vat of radioactive acid, or how did this happen?
It was a little bit of that of radioactive acid, and then also some bribing from doctors and stuff.
Excellent. So you got some augments put in. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. And we're joined by another newcomer, Noob with Boobs.
The newest newcomer, though. Oh, newcomer. Hey, I'm Noob with Boobs. My Twitch channel is NoobWB. I am the village idiot, so expect failures. That's pretty
Well,
much
I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. I'm terrible at everything.
So you're saying people can find you at twitch.tv/NoobWB?
Yep.
Okay.
That's where I am. I also do YouTube stuff as well. I just upload highlights there now because lazy. But that's YouTube and Noob with Boobs.
With the Z on the end.
No, there's no Z. Noob with Boobs.
Oh, is it the
It's an
S?
I'm
Yeah,
classy,
if you don't add the S on the end, you go to this weird
I'm
place.
classy.
I'm classy. That's why I'm drinking and
There's a long history of drinking at D&D games.
Perfect.
Ask Rich about it. Actually, I think he's been the pioneer of that on this channel.
Who's gone?
Well, I'm
I
sure
don't
he
know
had
where
to handle
is.
some
People
paperwork.
know me. Oh,
Tux,
wait.
you're muted. You're still definitely muted.
Son of.
Yep,
Oh,
we
I have
got
to use
you.
the
I heard
Skype
someone.
online thing, and
Yep.
it's not fun.
All right, cool. Yeah. So we're here to make characters and then play out a scenario wherein an evil empire dispatches a group of graduating students on their final exam, which is to recover some undead who have been wandering around and got lost. I would have started with Rich because he basically built his entire character in a microsecond. He
How do you
was
do
like,
that?
"Oh, I'm so excited! We're gonna make characters on stream. I better just make the whole character now." But
Whoa.
yeah, let's walk through character creation. Tux, it sounds like you've kind of got a character built up a little bit already.
Yeah. So, I will be playing Stoga. He's a half-elf sorcerer with the like dragon blood sorcerer thing. Usually I do wild magic, so I figured it'd be cool to try this once. And then background-wise, I assume our evil empire does something with evil dragons.
Sure. Yeah, definitely.
So that's kind of where that comes from. Like something like they find magical people and then force dragon's blood into them, and like, hey, cool, this worked. Let's make him. Let's make him up. Let's put him in our academy. Awesome. And that's what happened to Stoga.
All right, so that's we have a concept from you. Rich, tell us a little bit about Arathod. What is your concept with this character?
Arathod is a dragonborn. Stands about 7 feet tall. Very big, very large. Not too terribly bright. Basic personality. He's your standard folk hero. Reluctant folk hero. It's one of those things where he ended up saving people's lives without actually meaning to.
You know how often that happens.
Yeah.
It was one of those things where he was like trying to rob people of some money and then accidentally killed some bandits that were robbing them at the same time. And, people ended up just thinking of him as a hero. And all he wants to do is take over the world.
Yeah. I mean, it's just weird how that works. Piaan, do we have a concept for your character?
Yeah, sorta. I don't really have much of a backstory because I've been super
No,
busy.
that's okay. Just a concept will work.
But she's gonna be a human rogue. Not very exciting, but
Oh, I don't know. I've known a few human rogues in my time.
They're very
Oh.
exciting.
What is she doing graduating from the evil empire's like school of evilness?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm gonna think on
She's
that.
a general studies major. I understand now.
I'm
Got
gonna
it.
think on it and I'll
Liberal
let you-
arts.
Liberal arts.
She does finger painting, but the finger painting is with blood.
Yes, exactly.
And Alexis, let's talk about your concept for
All right.
Kahlua.
I've thought this through in the past minute.
Excellent.
I am Kahlua.
Awesome.
I'm graduating, and I was carried to victory through a lot of things. And I'm just gonna go with kind of like a me way. My goal after graduating from the Evil Academy is to, again, get carried to victory and just do
The
that.
character's gonna be great.
So,
I'm so
do you
excited.
just like hang out with the crowd and like
Yeah,
you do that thing that people do in college where like 8 of the people in the class all do homework together and they rely on like one person to do all the answers while the rest of them eat
Or
pizza
like
and
7
drink?
of them do it, and you're just like, yes, that's a good response. I will put that down.
Perfect.
Yeah, I will take note of that.
She has the noble title Kahlua, Rider of Coattails.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So as these are D&D 5e characters, let's open up the character sheets. Everyone should have one in Roll20. So if you go to the upper right-hand corner, open up your journals, and your character name should be there.
I think I'm looking at the right thing.
Whoa, this is a weird character sheet. I'm not used to this one.
I like this one.
This is the Roll20 designed one. I wanted to give it a look. It does look so different from the other ones, though, right?
It's
I kinda
so
like it.
weird.
Plus,
Oh,
if you
yeah.
click the little eye, there's a whole like this is in that.
I don't like it.
You don't like it?
I don't like it.
All right.
It's
All right.
different.
I'll remember
I
that
know.
next time we play together. I'll use the other one then.
I forgot to tell my race in class.
Oh, yeah. We should talk about that since that's pretty
I'm
important.
an elf, and I'm a dark cleric. I think that's what it, right?
Death
What I'm
Domain
called?
Cleric.
Death? Yeah, I'm that.
Can we talk about your god? who do you worship?
What?
Who is your, like, as a cleric, you draw powers from, like, the power of death.
Cthulhu, obviously.
Oh, you draw from Cthulhu, right, of course. You just sacrifice
Sort
people to
of.
Cthulhu. That makes perfect sense. So, on your character sheet, if you have it open, everyone should have 6 stats on the left-hand side. Strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, and wisdom. In each of these bubbles, you're going to want to put a number. And if you have the player's handbook, the number is on page 13, but I'm just going to go ahead and throw them into chat here. They're 14, 13, 12, 10, and 8.
Hmm?
And you
So
want
I
to...
fill those out.
That's missing one.
that might be right. I
It's
am...
16. 16, or not.
It's 15,
14,
14,
13,
13, 12...
10, 8.
12, 10, 8, yeah.
12, 10, 8.
I think I wrote
all
it
right.
down correctly, but I might have said it out loud wrong.
Oh, okay.
15, 14, 13, 12, 10, 8.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So you want to assign those to the stats your class might favor. For instance, Rogue would favor, assumably, either strength or dexterity, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so you would want to put your best numbers in that, and put your worst numbers in things that either you want to suck at, or you just don't like.
I think I do this. No. Whoops, I pressed a button.
So...
Okay, I can change it here, right?
Yep, down...
Nice.
Yep,
Yep, in the bubble.
excellent.
15, 14. Oh.
Piaan, I'm assuming you have a player's handbook?
Yes, I do.
All right, yeah, I figured something like that, given all of the wiki work you've been doing.
I don't know what
So I will help
10.
Alexis through this. Once you've assigned all your stats, let me know.
Oh, boy.
Okay, I think I did it right. We're good.
Okay, as an elf, you get a +2 to your dexterity score.
Okay, so I should change.
So your dexterity will go from 12 to 14.
Oh, so okay.
Your speed is 30, so you can move 30 feet. That should be at the top middle of the sheet.
Top middle speed 30. Thank you.
Yep. In the lower right-hand corner, in features and traits, it's just a giant box in the bottom
Yeah.
right. Write down that you have dark vision 60, which means you can see 60 feet in darkness.
Perfect.
There's a skills box in the left middle of the sheet. Mark the checkbox beside perception, because elves have keen senses, and so they're better than normal at being perceptive. You also have fate ancestry, so you are you can't be charmed well, and magic can't put you to sleep. You also speak Elven.
Are those all in my skills, or are those just things that
I would put
know?
those in the lower right-hand corner under the features.
Okay. Speak Elven. And what was the other one?
Fate
Sorry.
ancestry. You have advantage on saving throws against charm, and magic can't put you to sleep.
Fae, F-A-E.
Yep, F-A-E.
Okay.
Now you get to pick what subrace you belong to. So this is like High Elf or Wood Elf.
High Elf, obviously.
Okay, all right. Increase your intelligence by 1,
Okay.
and then you write down that you have proficiency with longsword, short sword, short bow, and longbow, as you've had about 100 years to train in those crazy things with a bunch of wizards. You also get a cantrip from the wizard spell list, which might not be important. We'll get to that when we do spells.
Short shower. Oops. I'm a mess. With archery as well.
Yeah, with the longbow and short bow. You also get to speak, read, and write an additional language. I don't know if there's a cool language that you have that you would like to pick.
you see my cringe face? I have no idea.
Yep. Anybody have any suggestions on sweet languages? Draconic might be nice, given all the dragons in the party.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh,
Also
we don't need to speak
difficult.
to each other.
I like
It's
how
relevant, right?
I like how excited she is about all this.
Yeah, I'm excited about this.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
I want to check in with everyone and see how their characters are coming along. Rich, what do you got for us so far?
In regards to,
In regards to
I'm
being
just-
Arathod.
I'm just re-entering everything that I had on my character sheet that I already made.
Fantastic.
So we've
It's
got
looking like a pretty filled out character sheet to me.
Yeah, it's getting closer. I'm not going to bother putting all the equipment in that I ended up purchasing, but I will put the money in there.
Okay.
Because you have to add them in one at a time, and I ended up getting a lot of odds and ends.
I don't know that you'll need them, but sure. Okay.
I was bored one night, and I was having fun, so...
So it looks like you're a strength-based Dragonborn fighter who also has a lot of constitution. Am I correct at looking at this sheet? Oh,
Yes.
athletics too. Damn. All right. Cool. Tux, what do we got from you?
Doing good. I'm through the race and mostly through the class stuff. I think I need to pick a background and my spells, and I think I'll pretty much be good.
Okay, and Piaan.
I'm filling everything in that I already put down. I just need a background.
Yep, I'm just looking through your sheet here, making sure the audience can see it as well. Seeing a lot of dexterity, unsurprisingly, from a rogue. Alexis, let's
Yes?
hop back to you.
Okay.
You get, in the lower right-hand corner, can you write down that you have 3 cantrips and 2 first-level spells?
3 cantrips? Like
Yes.
can?
Can.
Trips?
Yep,
And 2
first-level spells.
first. Oh man, my spelling is just. Got him.
All right. Your hit points are 1d8 a level as a cleric, so that's about medium. So you have 8 hit points to start with. In the center.
Wait, no, this one.
Yep, right there. And then you have wisdom and charisma. It's already checked. You get to pick 2 skills to be pretty good at. Your choices are history, insight, medicine, persuasion, and religion.
Persuasion, absolutely.
Okay. So mark it. Okay, you already got the checkbox marked. And
History.
all right. Cool choices. You get to pick from one of 3 equipment packages.
Ooh.
You get either a mace or a warhammer.
A mace.
Okay. Scale mail, leather armor, or chain mail.
A leather.
Okay. A light crossbow or a simple weapon. That would be like small sword or a dagger.
Crossbow.
Okay, crossbow. And a priest pack or an explorer's pack.
Priest.
All right, so write all those down, and I'll explain what they do.
Fuck. In my oh shit. Mace.
Actually, I think I can write that stuff down there for you.
Can you?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, scary me.
Edits. Mace, leather armor, light crossbow. Oh snap!
The
Are those showing
difference
up
in the
there?
sheet, the sheet's freaking me out.
Oh, you've got that sheet
Oh,
fatigue.
you did it. You did it. You got it. Nice. Okay. I was gonna start typing.
All right. Now I had to make special note because you're playing an evil death domain cleric. You get access to some
Brewer.
special spells that clerics normally don't get. You get the forbidden black magic stuff.
Oh yes, I love the forbidden black magic stuff.
It's so forbidden. It's in a whole second book.
Whoa!
Yes. You gain
It is the
access to the
Necronomicon.
spells False Life and Ray of Sickness. And Ray of Sickness is kind of that shadow magic sucking life out of people's spell, so I highly
Perfect.
suggest
This priest.
that
would
may be your main spell you want to memorize.
like ray of sickness. It's the opposite of a ray of sunshine.
Kind of, yeah.
trying.
I think this works. Ray of...
15.
I'm a little surprised Ray of Sickness isn't in the
Yes,
spells list.
2 points, 4 points, 2 points. Oh, I don't get them yet. Let's see.
Alright, cool.
Some spells. Coolio.
Right, so I sent a link in Roll20. If you click on that, it should bring up what exactly Ray of Sickness does. You shoot out green ray of energy at people. You try to hit them with it, and they take poison damage. And if they fail, they're poisoned, which is super bad. They probably will die if they're poisoned. It's not great. It's
They
pretty
probably
bad.
will die.
I'm not great for them. It's great for me though.
So at the beginning of every day, you get to pick out 2 spells that you'd like to use on a regular basis for the rest of the day. So you would be able to cast 1 spell twice or 2 different spells once, that kind of thing. I don't know if anyone has any suggestions they'd like to make for what Alexis should be memorizing.
Healing us?
Healing might be nice. Also, Ray of Sickness probably
Ray of
would
Sickness
be.
Ray of
and
Sickness
healing?
would be a very
Yeah.
good.
And Cure Wounds might be the other one if you want to aid your team. If not, you can be one of those clerics that say, "I'm not that kind of cleric."
I mean,
I'm
I can
not-
Oh
aid
my
my team.
god.
I can be on top of that.
I am not that kind of cleric. Don't you make presumptions.
And this is for Cure Wounds. So you also get to pick a background. And it now occurs to me that this is probably going to be the hardest part because I have the book and you don't. So let me read out
Reads
the possible...
every single background, all like 11.
I think they name what the backgrounds are, and so it'll probably be easier to just
They
pick
do, yeah.
via the name. Some of them probably will stand out quite a bit more than others.
Yeah. The name, the names basically are like, oh yeah, I want to be a criminal, or I want to be not a criminal, you know.
Yeah, so they are Acolyte, Criminal, Entertainer, Folk Hero, Guild Artisan, which no one ever takes.
Speak for yourself.
Okay, Artisan. Hermit, Noble, Outlander, Sage, Sailor, Soldier, and Urchin.
I mean, I heard entertainer and hermit, and those kind of just like.
Okay. Hermit is like living alone, solitary, wandering around the land.
Okay, we're a squad though, so entertainer.
Okay, Entertainer. So Entertainer is going to give you the following benefits. You get proficiency in acrobatics and performance.
Yes.
You get a disguise kit and a musical instrument. You also get a favor of an admirer, either a love letter, a lock of hair, or a trinket.
This is everything I ever wanted.
So I have a couple questions here. Well, is it a love letter, a lock of hair, or a trinket? And who gave it to you?
A trinket?
Oh, interesting.
Do I get like benefits from a trinket?
No, it's just, you could be like, oh, look at this cool little medallion my
So
admirer
lock
gave
of
me.
hair is kind of weird.
Who is this admirer who gave you such a trinket?
Does that have to be in party?
No, it could be anyone. Anywhere in the world or
Ooh,
worlds.
it could be anyone.
Yeah.
Can I call it my streamer crush?
Yeah. Sure.
I choose, and he will never know. So this is great. Burn notice.
You choose Burn Notice. The strange part is I've actually been watching that show on Netflix. I'm currently on season 6, episode 5.
No. This
So
is the
good.
streamer.
Okay, Burn Notice. Yeah, what does this fellow Burn Notice do in the world, and why is
Burn
he
Notice.
such a great admirer of you?
This is amazing.
Burn notice is my senpai.
He's your senpai. I see. So maybe he's like
Oh,
an
of course,
upperclassman that graduated before
Oh
you.
yes.
But he was like,
yes!
I don't know. You tell me what he's
But
like.
he was
Is he
too
like,
good to be my
I want you to
friend."
have this?
But he liked me at the same time, so he was like, "Here's this trinket, and this trinket is what is this trinket? Do I have to come up with one? Yeah. Actually, we'll just go with lock of hair. Here's a piece of my hair.
Lock of hair. Okay. He gave you a piece of his hair. Not creepy.
And wear it around my neck.
We know a bit more about you now. Yeah. Can you roll? Actually, if you want to choose one of these, let me know. Or you can roll for it. Are you an actor, dancer, fire eater, jester, juggler, instrumentalist, poet, singer, storyteller, or tumbler?
I'll roll for it.
Okay, you roll 1d10. So it's /roll space 1d10.
1d just 10 or plus just this?
Just 1d10. Yep, that worked perfectly. You are a storyteller.
Ooh. Accurate.
Perfect. So, as a storyteller, you can always find a place to perform, usually at an inn or a tavern, but possibly a circus, theater, or noble court. You receive free lodging and food at a modest or comfortable rate as long as you perform each night. In addition, your performance makes you something of a local figure. When strangers recognize you in a town where you perform, they take a liking to you.
Perfect.
So you're an instantly likable kind of person there.
And nailed it. Okay. Do I put that in my background?
You can if you want to, yeah.
Just a storyteller?
Yeah. Storyteller. And you're needed by popular demand. I think that rounds out Kahlua. Anybody finish with their character and want to walk us through who they are and what they can do?
I'm basically finished. I'm just like putting in the details of my spells, but like everything else is done.
Well, who is Stoga?
like
Tell
I said
me
earlier,
about your relationship with your mother.
I was taken from my parents because
Oh, shit.
yeah, so like there's a black dragon that like is like in cahoots or runs or he has something to do with the leadership of our big ol' evil organization. And basically something that he likes to do, kind of a hobby, is go around finding children that show any sort of like talent and then take them.
Doesn't everyone?
Yeah. There's a club, and he puts like some of his own blood into them to make them basically like his magic
Wow.
users.
Wow.
Boy, it's a medical process.
Yeah, no, I got it. It's just
Seems
really
legit.
creepy.
Yeah, totally legit, totally up and up on the level. And that's what happened to Stoga. He was a young half-elf boy, kind of happy-go-lucky, and then some dude came to his door and said, "See, we need a dragon name, Krilga."
Not
Krilga,
nearly
the Great
long
Black
enough to be
Dragon.
a dragon name, but that's probably what he's called to his friends.
The Great Black Dragon needs your son, and they're a little freaked out, but it's kind of an honor because like he's kind of a big deal. So I was like, okay, cool, yeah, take him. And so he grew up being taught how to use his magic, and he also needed like something else to contribute because magic can't do everything. So he also joined part of one of the guilds within the evil organization, and he is a member of the brewers. So he helps brew ale and
It's
whiskey.
good to have a hobby. Yeah.
Yeah. He does that. He sells it. He has a special brew where he puts because he's associated with the Black Dragon, so he's good with acid, and so he puts a little tiny bit of acid in his brew to make it like a little bit of a kick.
I assume you mean chemical acid, not like LSD drug style.
Right? Yes,
acid.
of course. Yes.
Okay.
That's another whole other thing.
I'm just trying to figure out exactly how creepy you are. You're not like weird roofy creepy. You're like
Right.
kill your intestines creepy. Got
Right.
it.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Like I'm not saying drink like all of it, but like a little glass isn't gonna kill you.
All right.
And plus, we can feed it to people if we want to kill them. It's great. It's fine. It's totally fine. Totally on the level.
What?
Oh, I have an ale that has acid in it, so we can feed it to people if we want to. You know.
Excellent. Yes.
Good
See,
plan,
he's on,
squad.
he's on board. And then the spells I have are Prestidigitation, of course, because you always have to take that.
Prestigitation.
Mage Hand, Ray of Frost, and Acid Splash. Or Splash of Acid. Acid Splash, I forget exactly which one. Something like that. And then slightly stronger ones are Sleep and Chromatic Orb. So I can do a bunch of cool magic-y stuff.
All right, cool. Could I ask you to, in chat, help out Alexis for picking some cantrips, since she actually gets a wizard cantrip, and she probably will want to do something fucking awesome with it.
Okay, cool. Let me find that.
Anything else to tell us about Stoga?
I think he's just a pretty normal dude, as far as normal as you can be when you were taken from your parents and injected with dragon's blood and forced to
Okay.
do ale.
Yeah, that sounds pretty normal.
Yeah, pretty normal. Pretty normal guy.
Average life.
Pretty average. Yeah.
Let's talk about Arathod.
Arathod, yes.
Give us your life story.
Arathod was raised amongst other dragonborn of his kind. He is a white dragonborn, which gives him the wonderful ability of a cold-based breath weapon. He left when he was still very young, chasing after the king who kidnapped his parents for some use in some form of magical nefarious purpose to which he does not understand or comprehend. Because of that incident, it sort of shaped Arathod's life to where he thought that very much that might makes right. And as such, he seeks to exude his will over the land using his physical prowess.
Okay. And Piaan, what can you tell us about Teresa?
She grew up on the streets, and one day somebody kind of found her. And I don't know where this is going. I'm literally just saying things right now.
Yeah.
And somebody found her and was like, "Hey, you want to like actually do something with your life?" And I was like, "Sure." And they took me into the academy, and yeah.
I'm imagining this as like one of those hand-drawn animated, like, what is that thing Dodger's always doing? Polaris animated skits.
Oh my god!
And then
yes.
a dude comes out with like a
colossal
trench
animated.
coat, and he's like, "Hey, you want to go to the academy?" And you're just like a
academy.
small tiny child, and you're like, "Yeah!" And he's like,
Let's
"Cool,
do
come
it!
with
Let's
me."
kill people!
Maybe he's like a vampire too. I don't know. That's what I saw in my mind. Just like this little like animated guy just like floating out towards you and opening a trench coat.
Oh man.
Okay, come with me, kid. Yeah.
We're gonna
Also,
make you a
this sheet-
star.
This sheet also doesn't have any spot for expertise, so get on that roll 20.
All right. Well, I'll let Stephanie know.
I'll give
Next
her a
time
call
I will
right
make
now.
sure to select the community created sheet rather than the official Roll20 OGL sheet. I was like, oh, the Roll20 sheet. It's probably like superior, right? It's gotta be. I haven't seen that before.
Fan-made stuff's always superior. You know that.
Wow, I don't know about that. I've seen some mods for Skyrim that scare the shit out of me.
That's fair, that's fair.
So, I have some questions for the group to answer together about the situation that we're currently in. You are part of an evil empire. This is an empire that rules multiple planets and multiple planes of existence. It's currently headed by an evil, super evil, like ultimate deity of magic that is a living dragon god. But you don't care about any of that stuff. It's a nice empire as far as being evil goes. You know, they don't discriminate based on gender or race. And they don't make any of the mistakes classic evil empires do. They
So
let
it's
anyone practice any religion they want because they've learned if you try to stamp out religion or enforce orthodoxy or try to change local laws, people get upset and start rebellions. So as long as people just pay up and don't harass other evil people, they kind of let their lives go on.
So it's a semi-benevolent dictatorship.
Yeah. I mean, when you try to unify multiple worlds, you need to have some law, but, you know. What is the name of this evil empire?
Oh man.
The Evil Empire.
Okay, just call it the evil empire.
I was
Nailed it.
joking.
No, it's fine. That's a legitimate name for it.
Well,
I
you
mean, it's
can't
actually
call
the
it
title
evil
of the
you
show.
know
empire
it can be
because
the evil
people
empire.
naturally gravitate away from the word evil. I mean, you got
Right, exactly.
our spin on it, you know.
Hmm.
Dragon Squad 2K16.
Dragon Squad. So, the next question I want to ask: how do all of you know each other?
We were in the same classes.
Oh, you're in the same classes.
We became
Interesting.
buddies.
Were you all like a study group, or is this like a rivalry you've all had since you're all competing for like valedictorian?
Well, we're like pretty different, so maybe it's like a maybe they put together squads like at a certain time, and so like, okay, you from the warriors and you from the spell people,
Interesting.
we're gonna put you together so you can like go do evil stuff once you graduate.
Because even evil people recognize the value of teamwork.
So,
Yeah.
what is the name of your little goody two shoe squad here?
Uh,
I'm not going to answer all the questions, guys.
I'm thinking of something.
Death
different.
Squad 217.
Blink 182.
We have two options: Blink 182 or Death Squad 217. Which one do you guys want to take?
I vote
Go
for
with-
Death Squad.
Yeah, I'm
Alright.
with Death Squad too. Death Squad.
Death Squad 217.
Get 'em!
Understood. Who's in charge of this little group?
Is that something they're like, okay,
Not
so
me.
what's
I
the name
am.
of your squad going to be? Death Squad 217. No, we haven't decided yet. What are you talking about?
Death
okay,
Squad
Death Squad 217. Great, now it's official. Great.
Yes.
Okay.
Great.
Arthod, you believe you're in charge. Does the rest of the group agree with
Absolutely. If they don't, I will kill them.
Can I ask everybody's alignments?
that? Yeah, that's a good question.
Have that filled out.
Evil.
Evil.
Is neutral evil?
Yeah, just pretty straight, like probably like neutral evil or something.
All right.
Yeah.
Generally, tend to do
See,
evil.
I figured
things.
means I
Excuse me,
figured
sorry.
Arthur likes seeing the gradual slide towards evil more and more.
So we're gonna see the general slide towards good. You're gonna find it in your heart to forgive someone.
Absolutely not. Kill them.
Yeah, screw that.
Is Alexis's character going to be a true neutral? Because she's just like, I'm just kind of in the background here. I'm just
kinda here,
following
man.
along, guys. What's
That
up?
might be perfect though. It's very me.
That would be an interesting counterpoint.
I'm just kind of here.
Hi.
I was just telling
I'm
stories.
just trying
and
to pass my classes.
Yeah.
Burn the village to the ground. Look at these flowers over here.
So what is
Do we
Teresa's
have to burn it
alignment?
down now? Can we burn it down later? I'm not feeling it right now.
Guys, let's just go to the inn and have some beers, right? That's better than conquering the world.
Sounds like a true.
Your alignment is neutral lazy.
Neutral lazy.
Teresa, what was your alignment then?
Mine's chaotic neutral.
Oh, okay. So you're kind of equal opportunity destroyer then. Interesting.
Yes, kill. I respect this.
Kill.
What is the class that each of you is like the best at? What? And by that I mean like what school class do you have an A+ in currently?
None of them.
None of
Human
them.
anatomy.
You're not a good student. Okay.
It's probably not a class, but like,
You can just make it. Listen, I've watched Harry Potter and read the books. You can make up a name, and that's definitely going to be a class.
You really can.
I was gonna say let's something like entrepreneurism.
Why
like
wouldn't
Stoga's
they
like
teach
got a
that?
head for
Said
business.
economics.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, instead of just teaching economics, they actually just teach straight up capitalism. It's an evil empire. Come on.
Performing
Yeah.
arts.
Like, no, it's great. You can just make a business and then steal someone else's business. It's awesome.
So,
It's the
Arthur,
coolest thing.
did you say you have an A+ in performing arts? What do you specialize at in that class?
Dismemberment.
Oh, so you're like that. You're like that guy from Skulls and Shackles, Gorebeard Trench,
Yeah.
who did the performances where instead of acting out fight scenes, he would just kill prisoners on stage.
Yep. Absolutely.
Kahlua, what is the class that you excel at?
I was really good at recess.
Recess.
I love your character. Your character sounds like my best friend's character in our campaign, who's just like, "Ow, what's going on, guys? How's it going?"
It's
So
perfect.
good. So
Did she
good.
major in the
Hey.
study of coffee-based liquors?
I mean, maybe.
Hey!
Potions,
Thanks for watching the stream,
class.
everybody. I've been Tuxtradamus. Good night. And that's the show.
Bye.
Awesome. So good.
Recess.
Hey, I've got a rolly chair. I got to make use of it.
Yeah, yeah.
You can all just roll away or walk away. It's like, all right, we're done.
I can't go to the side, otherwise I would.
I can't really go to the side either. I definitely can't go backwards.
Who's sitting in rain right now?
Sorry, what?
Who's sitting in rain right
Hear
now?
that too.
That's me. I'm playing music for your
Oh.
Roll20.
Oh.
Oh,
Because
He's setting the proper ambiance.
Yeah, we're getting
Ambiance.
started here as we
The
take.
ambiance.
I think everybody has a character. Token.
See, this is the music that's playing in the background of Erethod's play while he's brutally dismembering some poor elf.
Do they know how to ducky? Damn, that keeps coming up.
We need someone to
Stop
teach us
asking
how
that
to ducky.
So we begin on the edge of an enormous, several miles high cliff. Outside the office of the Dean of Student Affairs, 17th Under Prince of the Nine Hells, Princeps Tenebrams, who is like an enormous Baylor demon who has abandoned his faith in demonkind and has come over to become a devil. And he's just an enormous, hugely muscular, giant wings, can barely fit in this office. Random objects around him occasionally set on flame. And he's got tiny little glasses, like reading glasses. The Ben Franklin National Treasure style glasses with multiple lenses. And he's reading a normal-sized book in his enormous hand, so it looks quite tiny. And he's like, "Oh, yes, there you are. Come into my office." He gestures for all of you to take a seat before him.
I go in and take a seat. Kind of look around the room. Do I notice anything?
Yeah, the room has numerous like self-portraits drawn by Tenenbaum of himself in various locations, and some of them are so meta as to be like, it's a portrait of him drawing himself doing a portrait.
It's like the Illustrated Man.
Yeah, it's clear that he is extremely arrogant, but this is no surprise. He's the Dean of Student Affairs. Very self-involved. And he sets out like a tea service tray with like cookies and crumpets, and then like it looks like just random hunks of still bloody meat, and pours out 4 glasses of something and says, "Oh, some refreshments before we get started."
Are there any pirouettes on in the cookies?
No.
Oh, that's disappointing.
They're chocolate chip.
It's like those like long, thin like things that like. Never mind.
Tux.
Nope, they're just chocolate cookies.
I guess I'll have one.
Okay.
I take a chocolate cookie, but I kind of like eye the liquid suspiciously.
It looks kind of like tea, but maybe you want to make a perception check.
Okay.
Erethod grabs a handful of bloody meat and just unceremoniously stuffs it in his face.
Okay, a 7. Yeah, Teresa, this liquid, it looks like it's just some iced tea. Perfectly safe. Definitely doesn't smell poisoned.
I'm just observing everything going on.
Ignore that
right
hissing,
now.
bubbling sound. I'm sure it's nothing.
Wait, is your character actually true neutral?
Yes, I think.
She's just like standing in the back, like,
Watching.
What's happening here?
So Tenenbaum turns to all of you as you settle down. You have your cookies or your drink or not, and he nods approvingly toward Erithot, who's eating the raw, bloody meat.
Good.
So
Fresh. I
I've
like
called
fresh.
Death Squad 217 here today in order to give you your final assignment. This is a special graduate test. If you pass this, you'll be accepted immediately into our Special Enforcement Division.
Do we get to slaughter a whole village this time? Last time we got to kill women
Now,
and children. It's disappointing.
I suppose up front I should mention that you will have the license to kill, but not excessive kill. As you know by our Empire's ranking standards, that means you can kill between 0 to 10 people at any given time, but not more than that. We'd prefer not more than 4. While this particular situation does involve a possible rebellion situation, these people do need to be alive in order to do work. Productivity is the key to maintaining the Empire.
Of course.
Understood.
We have clerics, don't we? Can't they raise dead?
What an expensive and involved situation. Our clerics are too involved fighting the holy forces on the plains.
Corpses don't rebel. Just putting it out there.
Yeah, it's much easier to
So when you say that, he
just
says,
there.
it's funny you should mention that. You'll be sent to the small village of Hamshshire. It's on the prime material plane on the planet Cornthax. I had to come up with the planet name all of a sudden. Cornthax.
Cornthax.
I knew that the main product of the planet was corn. I knew that going in. But yeah, Cornthax.
Is that in the Kellogg star system?
Yes.
Yes, of course. There have been certain individuals there. We believe that the townsfolk have been abducting some of our zombies and skeletons and putting them to work as some sort of milling consortium. They have zombies walking in a circle in the mills, using them instead of donkeys or other leaving forms of labor. This is obviously a clear violation of the rights of undead. We need you to get in there, extract the undead, send them back through the portal, find out who caused this to happen, and publicly deal with them.
Kill them, or do you want us to make
It's
more of a
up to your
statement?
discretion as to how you want to handle it. Remember, not more than 10. We'd like you to keep it to less than 4.
We can always slave them.
That's true.
Yes.
That's a thing you could do.
Which
And
is actually
remember,
probably be better for business.
only
like
one of you can
slaves.
become valedictorian, so we're really looking to see who puts in the extra effort on this mission.
Of course. I must say, the paintings in this that you have done here are quite lovely.
Oh, thank you so much. I painted them all myself. You can see that I'm in all of them.
I was wondering why I thought they were the best paintings I have ever seen.
Oh yes, I consume the soul of a particular artist, and ever since then I've just had so much fun painting.
Stoga,
Okay.
pull your nose out of the headmaster's ass before I chop it off.
Yeah,
Oh
you're
no, Thought, don't be like that. You know what they say, there are no mistakes, there's only happy accidents.
I'm just saying, valedictorian gets you 20 slaves upon graduation, and just top 10 only gives you.
So he holds up
lesser.
his hand, he's like, remember, we don't have slaves. Technically, they're bondsmen, indentured servants for life.
Of
But they do
course.
have certain rights and freedoms.
Of course.
You can't mistreat them.
Are you sure? We could do what we want.
So he holds up the book of laws. He's like, yes, I'm quite sure.
Yes.
I'm gonna put a pause for 1 second, guys. I've been
Okay.
drinking. Can I run to the bathroom really fast?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Absolutely not. You have to wait. 2 hours.
Okay, so we are going to go to Cornthax, deal with this problem with the undead, and make an example of whoever is responsible.
Yes. And then he adjusts his glasses again. Do you have any other questions?
How many are we supposed to not kill?
So he says, your license extends to between 0 and 10 individuals. Now, of course, in extraordinary circumstances, you have the right to self-defense, which of course includes chasing down anyone that is attacking you and murdering them in the street.
Of
Understood.
course. Of course.
So 0 to 10, unless they're attacking me.
Correct.
Okay, I
Right,
believe
not
this is
so
fair.
Focused on my platter, I can do the mission. Sorry, guys.
Is Kahlua slightly Russian?
I don't know. I could go with Jersey. I was kind of going
Jersey? All right.
Here.
Okay.
with Jersey up in here.
Well,
That
she is a storyteller. She has to have many voices at her disposal.
Of course. I may hate New Jersey a whole lot, but I want to tell you real quick, that is not a New Jersey
That's
accent.
not a New
I
Jersey accent.
tried.
According to
I tried.
TV,
It's okay. No, I appreciate the effort. I just wouldn't want anyone confused that that is an authentic New Jersey
You
accent.
could always pretend it was.
All right, that's a little
Yeah,
closer.
That's a little better, but still awful.
It's all right. I appreciate the effort. Do you have any more
I'm not even
questions
going
for
anywhere near this
Tenenbaum
one.
before you get sent to the planet Cornfax in the village of Hamshshire?
Corn facts.
I'm ready.
Unless anyone else has any questions, I think we are good.
So he sets out those hipster artisanal glass jars that you always see hipsters drinking out of.
Mason jars, yeah.
Mason
They're
jars.
they're all filled with 3 different ingredients. It's like a gory mash of organs that have been chopped up, and he hands it to you and to each of you, puts one out, and is like, "Now remember, you have to give these to the gatekeeper in order to pass through the portal of eternal damnation. These are freely given sacrificial organs, so don't drop them on the way there."
I keep
I
going
think
to say
as he's talking, Arathon has it like halfway like that. Oh.
I'm sorry, what did you say, Piaan?
I keep wanting to say Earl. No, Teresa kind of like nods and picks it up and looks at it and like gives a
Yeah, it looks like someone took out certain internal organs and did a show of will it blend, and the answer is yes.
I'm really very clumsy. Maybe I better put this in my backpack so I don't drop it.
Yes.
Smells just
For
like
that.
my mother used to make.
Delicious.
Did you open your glass jar up and smell it? Yeah, you can definitely smell the voluntary dark sacrifice coming out of it. It's very fresh.
There's a difference between voluntary and involuntary
Yeah, I
sacrifices,
mean, they
of
have to be
course.
freely given.
There is. There's a texture, a depth to the undertones that just aren't there from forced sacrifices.
Listen, this
course.
evil empire is big on both blood and organ donation on a regular basis. You don't
Consent,
even have
consent
to
is
be
very
dead
important.
first.
Ralph learned that.
Oh. All right. Well, then I believe we are all set. We have our offers. We have our mission. I think we are good.
Okay. So behind his office, there's a door that leads to the portal of eternal damnation, which is like, you know, just a howling portal from hell made of screaming souls, eternally stuck in torment. And the gatekeeper looks like the typical Grim Reaper with a scythe kind of thing, and just takes your jars and is like, "Your sacrifice is accepted." And you step through the
Thank
howling
you, Bill.
portal of souls that's like, "Oh, pain!" And you come out in a shining, bright village with lots of corn stalks everywhere, and there's like a festival being set up off in the distance where people are erecting a pole with lots of bright flags coming off of it, and there's someone playing a fiddle quite loudly, and it's just going over the slightly rolling grassy hills, and it seems like a pretty bright, happy place. The sky's blue here instead of, you know, smog-colored. There don't appear to be any wandering, you know, demon souls flying around.
I like look around and I'm like, too happy.
Are we sure we own this place?
I could tell so many stories here.
Obviously, the strip mining consortium hasn't swept through here yet.
Yes, but there's so
So-
much corn.
There's a simple kind of dirt road that's been carved out, but there are heavy divots in it that are much more like mechanically placed to allow wagons to travel along the. It's almost like a rail line for wagons that lead into the center of town. That's to the north. To the south, The road stretches into a dark forest made of evergreens. The forest looks a little bit creepy. I mean, it kind of feels comfortable to you guys after the horrible hellscape you've been through for the last 10 years in evil college. But it looks like
In
kind
evil
of dark,
college.
creepy. Maybe there's like a giant spider web somewhere hanging out, like a huge, like 30-foot wide one. It doesn't look very inviting, and the sign that like marks out as the Shadow Glen is like sideways, and maybe it's chipped and the paint is faded. And off to the east, there's these enormous white-capped mountains, kind of like Himalayas backdrop, Far Cry 4. Just huge. They're several miles distant, but the land is sloping in that direction to rise. The festival is directly west of you, about half a mile away. So what do you want to do?
What was our mission again? I wasn't paying attention.
Find the
I was too busy
undead. Are you asking in or out of character?
in
Okay.
We're to find
and out.
at the mill. Apparently, there are zombies being worked against their will for the mill rather than their intended purpose. So we are to find them and then put them back to work where they should be, and then find whoever is responsible and make an example of them.
We could go to the festival and listen and see if we can get any intel from the passerbys.
Yes. For now, if we do not make our true presence known, we could probably get better intelligence than walking in and stomping around and declaring our
Evilness?
point. Yes.
See, that is where,
Subtle.
and that is why you will never get very far. You have to make your presence known and your superiority known quickly and fast, so they will.
Yeah.
accept
We
it.
hear this every day.
I've said it so many times. If you do it subtly and then from under their nose, suddenly grasp up and pull them down to the ground, the effect is so much better, rather than just slamming your fist in the first place. But I digress.
Crush them right the first time. You'll never have to worry about crushing them again.
We've argued this so many times before.
I
my
love
friend.
the differing philosophies on like evil rights here.
This is a mess of a party.
I could tell a story. Well,
Regardless, if we're not allowed to kill everyone, then we'll need some information to find out where this
True.
place is that we're supposed to go. Yes?
True. Yes.
Yes, we
I
can
I
agree.
agree with Kalua. The festival would be a good place to
Why
start.
don't we find some hapless elf and torture them?
Well, it's not necessarily an elf.
How about I try to
I
talk
really
to him
want to
first?
torture an elf.
How about I try to talk to him first, and if it doesn't work out, you can torture him, I guess.
I love how everyone's talking over the bard, the one person who's probably actually good at talking to people.
Hey, I've got expertise in
Okay, no, okay, yeah, no. All right, I won't argue with
I mean,
that.
if it is an elf, then you may feel free to do your at your discretion and make them pay. But
All right, fine. If you want to
remember,
go
one of the
boring
tenets
route,
of our empire
ask them.
is do not assume. Of course, everyone has rights.
Yeah, it's like
Why I
the
don't deal
seventh
with
law.
small
Asses
creatures.
make, assuming makes asses of you and me.
What?
accurate.
Exactly. We have to get the right information, and then we'll crush them in our iron grip. Salt the earth with their blood, and make sure that they may never have children. Of course.
This has gone a very different direction than I thought it would.
It is okay.
We
It is
must
okay.
listen, get information, and then if they do not give us information from the festival, you may torture.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was saying.
That's what I was saying.
Why not just go
Gather?
straight to the torture? It's so much faster and easier.
But how do you know who to torture?
Torture them all, then you don't have to worry about.
But that is wasting so much time.
This is
Then
why you're not going to be
everyone knows.
valedictorian.
Thoroughness
as
is never a
that.
waste of time.
You're not going to be valedictorian, Arathod? Oh, shit.
Such
Fucking
weird.
Teresa.
It's so much. But I think we are in agreement. We should go to check out the festival first.
Yes, that.
Okay. Let us travel on.
Okay, yeah, you
Fine.
approach the festival, and the sound of the fiddling gets a little louder. And maybe there's like a bluegrass band that's setting up to help the fiddler now with a washboard and maybe a jug. Um, there's several tents set up with festival games that involve like throwing rings through pegs or hitting a mallet onto a thing very hard that launches a ball up, and maybe the ball hits a bell at the top to make it ring. You know, just general festival games. As you approach, several people kind of wave to you and nod, and they're like, "Hey, how's it going?" And you're approached by an old man who's hunched over and has one of those widely woven straw hats that are kind of the idyllic farmer's hat. He's got leathery skin and a wrinkly face, and he walks over on his cane and says, "Oh, hello there. I'm the mayor of this here town. Welcome to the Spring Festival. My name is Benedict, Mayor Jeremiah Benedict. My friends just call me Jer. What can I do for you, travelers from afar?"
I kind of like push up and I'm like, "Hi, Jer. I'm Teresa. We're kind of
I'm
looking
so
for."
pleased
And then
to
I,
meet you, Teresa.
yeah, pleased to meet you. And then I kind of like, I'm like, "Where are we looking for again? Where are we trying to go?"
The mill.
The mill.
The mill?
Could you happen to point us in the direction of the
Torture.
mill?
Oh, the mill. Why, of course. It's just to the east of town by the river. Could I ask why you're interested in our mill?
We're
We're
millers.
just kind of
Torture.
we're just kind of like seeing all the sights, trying to get a good like view of your town and everything.
So he moves in a kind of grandfatherly way to like wrap his arm around yours. You know, to
She
do that
kinda-
thing where like where gentlemen like wrap their arm around yours and then like put a hand on your hand. What do you do?
She kind of like smiles and is like, "Hey," but like kind of pulls away slightly.
Okay. So he's like, I apologize. It's just the custom formalities around here. I have to say, I want to talk for a time about our mill. And then he starts very loudly saying, like, our mill is a historic mill. It's actually
I'm sorry. We're kind of in a rush. Like we're leaving town soon and everything. We kind of like, but we do want to see all the sights. And thank you so much for your
Oh,
information.
please, could I convince you to just stay for a few minutes and be involved in the festival? It's very traditional for outsiders to be showered with gifts.
She kind of grits her teeth a little bit and is like, "I'm sorry. We really have to get going."
What sort of gifts?
Oh,
She
specialty
hits him in the
foods,
stomach.
Drinks.
She hits him in the stomach.
Who are you hitting in the stomach? Stoga?
Stoga, yeah.
Wow, that's quite an arm you have there, young lady. Why, you remind me of my granddaughter.
I'm sorry, we really have to go. And I like put an arm around like my party and kind of push him off to the side. And like, "Come on, guys, let's go."
What pie?
Maybe maybe he tries to go after you, but with his cane he's super slow. He's like, "But you're missing the pie contest. We were looking for, judges to help us judge the
Keep
pie."
walking, guys. Just keep walking. Head down, head down.
But I mean,
Torture.
free pie is.
Head down, head down.
Torture.
We'll get pie
turn down
later.
free pie.
We can
You
come
said-
back for
you
pie
said-
later.
We need to...
We must get information. We have done none of this. None of this.
Did he at least? He did. He didn't. Did we even get where the mill is?
After we get whoever's doing this, we can go back and steal some pie, okay?
Fine.
Torture.
Yes.
As long as there's pie, I'm happy.
So, the mill's location is on the east side of town by the river, which makes perfect sense. And as you're traveling the road towards the town, there's a man with a large jug that just has 3 X's as a label, stumbling towards you in a large gray coat. He passes 3 men who were traveling in front of your group, all dressed like farmers, and they kind of shoulder into the guy and knock him to the side of the path, and he's like, "Hey, what'd you do that for, you jackass town guardsman? Hey, you there, you Jew outside, you got any..." And then he like waves his jug in the direction of Arthod, and then he goes, "Hey, what? I know you. You're Kahlua. I heard you're famous around here."
Oh, you know it.
You know, I heard that them there song that you performed with the storytelling and the blah, and he throws up.
Oh
everywhere.
God, it's all
my
over
gosh.
me.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, just and he like hands you over a couple copper coins. It's like, oh, my apologies. It's a festival day, and I'm just, enjoying myself.
I like this tiny human.
Ah,
Well,
thank
sir,
you, Mr.
sir,
Dragon
sir.
there. And he like starts petting your scales. He's like, "This is so shiny and wet."
He emits a low rumble, almost sounds like a lion growling.
I don't
And you see
suppose
his
you
long
guys have
sword
seen which way
slowly
the festival
sliding out of
is.
his sheath.
Sir, how about you go wait by the pie stand? We got stuff.
There's a pie
And-
stand.
There's a pie stand.
Which way
and
is in
you
there a
need to,
pie stand?
it's behind us. You gotta go get it. And
So he
I'll
like
meet
goes
you there.
like
I'll
this,
meet
and
you
he
there. I
squints. He's like,
promise.
oh, I see it now. I couldn't see. There's like 2 of them. Maybe there's 3 of them.
Teresa rolls her
in.
eyes.
Yeah,
Sir,
he
you better
starts
get some
stumbling
pie.
past you. He's like, I love you, Kahlua.
All right, thank you, sir.
Oh my goodness!
So that group of 3 men in farmers' clothing has pulled farther ahead of you. It looks like they're also headed to the mill. And they get there a couple of minutes before you. So
Could
when
I,
you
like,
arrive at
as
the
we're
mill,
walking,
it's a giant windmill that also has a water mill and a third area where you would do like a cow or an oxen walking in a circle. It's like a large triple mill area where they just mill a shit ton of corn and grain. And it's shaped like 3. It's like the Olympic rings, where it's just like 3 rings in a triangle formation together, and one of them is on the river, and the other 2 are just kind of out away from the river. And there's just one door in that looks heavily padlocked. It's like a steel security door. It's very strange to see something this, like, not just high tech, but this defensible in such a idyllic, peaceful village.
Teresa
While we were
kind
walking,
of like
could I like get a good look at those guys that were also heading to the mill?
Yeah. How do you want to go about doing that?
Kind of just as we're walking, I'm just gonna like narrow my eyes and just try to like.
So are you
From-
doing an insight or an investigation?
Um,
I guess investigation is more going around and talking to people, so I think it might be an insight or perception.
I was thinking perception. I'm just like kind
Okay.
of giving them like the up down, just seeing what they're like. They look like what they
Yeah.
if they're walking like, yeah, we're gonna go beat somebody up, or if they're just walking casually, or what they're on about.
Well, I mean, they did push the drunk guy around. Yeah, Stoga, as they're about to enter the mill, maybe one of them turns away from you and is like looking in a different direction, and a gust of wind blows, and maybe his like jacket flaps back for a second, and you can see underneath his clothing he was wearing a uniform with the insignia of the town guard on it.
Okay.
And maybe there was like a momentary flash of steel as the sunlight hits the short
Yeah.
sword
Okay.
strapped under his pants. He's definitely packing heat.
I'll just whisper like to the other 3. I'll like, those men are guards. Just
Go-
letting you know.
somebody go distract him while I try to get the door.
I could tell them a story.
They're hiding their uniforms. That means they're up to something.
It's true. It could be undercover.
I recommend we kill 2 and torture the 3rd.
I'm that not would sure take if up that's 2
the best idea.
That would take up 2 of our 10.
Always with the torture.
We should wait for
Jeez,
them to
man.
attack us first.
Not if we get them to attack us.
Exactly.
Then it will count towards the 10.
If they attack us first, then it is
Yes.
fine.
I like the way you think.
But if I can distract them with a story and you guys can sneak away, that would be
We don't need to sneak away. We need to get in this door that's oddly
door.
locked.
Sneak away into the door.
We need to find out why they're hiding their identities, to be sure.
Do you think you could distract them with some sort of story or
Yes,
comeuppance
yes.
or
Yes, I
something?
can do that. I'm very good at that.
Okay. I think we
As-
should try
I
that.
approach the guards, or the sneaky guards. I approach them.
As she does that,
So
I
they
fly
went
off.
into the mill and
Oh, they
like,
went into
closed
the
the
mill.
door behind themselves.
Okay,
Oh,
so I
okay.
can't get
Oh.
Oh, I thought they were outside.
Yeah, I did too.
Got it.
Now,
They
did they
were
go
outside
through
as you were approaching, but they like saw you guys coming and entered and like locked it.
Oh, so they have a key and we do not.
Okay.
So they went in through the guarded door, like
Yep.
the heavily.
Are
Okay.
there
Okay.
walk around the building? Are there any other entrances or?
Okay, you're doing a quick check outside the building. Can you make a perception check real quick?
Oh,
Wow, 0. Yeah, as you're making a check around the building, I think you like trip and stumble and hit your head. Take 1 point of damage. As you trip over a rock you didn't see. Yeah, the rock rolls away, and underneath it there's like an old rusty key. But you see no other entrances. You just find this old key.
key. Now, I know I've hit my head a lot of times over the past several months, but keys usually go in locks. Maybe we should try this key with the door.
That's
Might
usually
have
how
the
keys
right
work.
idea.
So, when you present that key before the door, it's clearly far too large. It's actually a ridiculously sized key.
I think
It's
Earthlock
like
tries
the
it
size
anyway.
of your hand wide.
Okay, so judging by the size,
Teresa-
it does not go in that door.
Teresa kind of turns and just kind of like nods to it and pocket it. Save it for later. Maybe it'll be useful when we get inside.
Good idea.
How
Always
about
like that?
I try and unlock the door?
Okay.
Or lockpick the door.
Perhaps we could knock and tell them we are some sort of Miller inspectors to make sure everything is on the up and up.
You know, buddy, I don't think that's a great idea.
But I mean, they would let us in scot free.
I don't think they. Well, I don't know, man. What do you guys
I may
think?
not
And I
know
turn to the
much,
rest
but
of
I
the
do
party.
know that people looking to hide their identities aren't often welcoming to strangers.
That is
That's
true.
a good point.
I think that
Okay.
I could
Which is
try
why we should
and
kill them.
we
In
could
due
kill them
time.
when we get
In
there.
due time.
But how about I try and lockpick the door and I sneak in and see if it's clear for you guys to enter, and then if we can sneak up on them and kill them, then we do.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Can you make a... Jesus, what is this skill called in 5e?
Sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand.
Sleight
Can
of
you make
hand.
a sleight of hand on... I was going to say disable device, but that's Pathfinder.
Ah.
So, yeah, you're like working on the door with your lockpicks. What do you look like when you're breaking this door open?
I'm kind of like on one knee, like looking around at times and like fiddling.
Yeah, you hear a snapping noise as you do the Skyrim style break your lockpick. And then the door has like one of those sliding key peepholes, and it slides open,
Oh, dear.
and you see somebody looking down, and they're like, "What are you doing on that door down there? You're not allowed in here."
Housekeeping. Our key won't work.
I don't recognize you. You're not a member of Hamshshire.
I don't
Guys,
Oh,
recognize you.
We're new.
What does that
We're
mean?
new.
We're
Well-
Miller inspectors.
Our mill was just inspected 3 months ago. I'll go
Surprise
get
And
the
they just
inspection.
wanted
paperwork
to
for
make
it.
Surprise
sure
inspection.
that things were still in order.
Why do you think we're
If
trying
you're
to pick
mill
the lock?
inspectors, why don't you have the key to open this place up?
We're performing a security inspection. Why do you think we're trying to
Very
pick
much
the
of a
lock?
Surprise if you
So
knew
are you
about
Miller
this.
inspectors or are you security inspectors?
We're Miller
Both,
inspectors?
yes.
We're just kind of like checking out both, just to like
Uh-huh.
see
Your middle
everything.
must be secure.
Can everyone make a collective deception check real quick, and we'll see if enough people pass
How do?
that they
how
buy
do?
this story?
Shit. How do?
On the sheet.
I think you can
in
click
the
on the
skills?
word deception, right? And that'll do it.
Yeah,
my,
just
like,
click on the word
worker
deception.
sheet?
It will. Yep.
Whoa, Piaan.
Hold on.
Nice.
I'm figuring
Sly
it
as
out.
hell.
I'm figuring it out.
We're missing somebody, right?
It's me. It's me.
Okay.
It's
Deception.
just to the right of your intelligence.
Just to the right of my intelligence. Deception.
Here you go.
Whoa!
There, crit.
Nice.
Yeah. So he's just like, all right, that checks out.
Same. Me trying
And
to
he
protect
starts
something.
like unlocking the door, and he's just like, "All right, Kyle, we got some security inspectors coming, and all that noise, and just and like as the door opens, he's holding a plaque that says, "This facility has been inspected like 3 months ago by Inspector Tubrius of House Victus from the planet Cornfax." And he's like, "Here's our papers. I don't suppose you could sign this check-in chart here," and it's like the inspection paperwork.
She kind of grabs it. She's like, yeah, okay, there, yeah, looks good. And just signs it, hands it back, and then kind of like tries to like, okay, well, we're gonna go inspect the building now, huh? And push past him.
Okay. As you push past him, your eyes adjust to the interior torchlight. It's
Goodness.
quite dim in here, and the area where the oxen would normally be and where the zombies should supposedly be, there's nothing there currently. The windmill and the watermill are both operating, and it looks like the oxen mill should be working. There's plenty of material there to get ground down, but no one's currently working it. What do you want to do? There's two guards inside. The one named Kyle, who's standing over by the oxen mill, and the one who opened the door for you.
So we see like a bunch of material that's should be getting
Yeah, should
milled
be
up.
getting crushed,
Okay.
but isn't.
Why is the mill for that not running currently?
Yes, the mill doesn't appear to be doing very much milling.
So the two of them look at each other and start talking, and then the one called Kyle shuts up, and the first one by the door says, yeah, it's because it's a festival day. We don't do the thing on festival day. I guess the work crews yesterday must have left it there.
That's pretty slack, man. I mean, you guys are working here. Why isn't it getting done?
Oh,
You guys are just standing
we're not.
around.
We're town guards. We're just making sure none of the teenagers are coming in and bollocksing things up here.
You
Occasionally
realize
we
leaving
have
those
troubles with
materials
teenage
there
ruffians
invite
in
rats,
Hamshshire.
don't you?
I'm sorry. What was that, good Sir Dragon?
Leaving those materials there could invite rats. You do realize this? Do you want?
Oh,
rats
there's
to
no
consume
rats in
them?
Hampshire. We're a cat population type. Hundreds of cats.
You won't be for long if you keep on leaving things laying around like that.
So many cats.
How many?
I have 7.
Funny, I
and
don't
my daughter
see
has
any.
3. She's only 4 years old, so.
I see no cats here, sir. I question the wisdom of your words.
Okay. Do you want to make, shit. I don't know that it's called sense motive in this either.
Insight.
Insight. Man, I'm so Pathfinder based right now. I gotta get. If I'm gonna be running a 5e campaign, I gotta start wrapping my head around it. But you know what? I see other people that do 5e that make this mistake too. Can you make an insight real quick, Arthot? Yeah, this guy seems to be pretty straightforward. He just,
All right.
he throws you
enough.
some game real quick. He's like, oh, we let the cats out during the festival day so that they can go ratting and find rats because there's no rats in Hampshire. But there are rats in the field.
Just kind of
And he like
lean
winks and
towards
nods towards you, like,
Stoga and
rat
go,
checks out.
"What is a cat?"
Those furry things with 4 legs and pointy ears. They're kind of cute, you know.
Yeah, but
They're what everybody's talking about at school all the time. They're like, oh, look at this funny. I don't know.
Do you remember a few weeks ago when we went to we went to the show? There was a cat. There was like a thing. It was like furry, and it was like they were making it play an instrument.
oh yes, it was delicious.
Yes, that was a cat.
Did you eat it?
You can't just go around eating cats. How many times have we told you this? You can't just go around and eat small animals.
So
Sorry.
the guardsman Kyle's like, I don't know, we eat cats all the time. When they get old and die, they're a good source of protein.
Yeah, but
It
he's doing
seems
this
they
like
said
on
it's
the
okay.
daily, like.
He's like, what? You would kill a cat for food? You are and then he's like, you are a upright gentleman, Sir Dragon.
See, even they agree. I don't see what's so wrong with it.
The two
It was
guardsmen
quite
look at each
tasty.
other.
To
and
each his
they're
own,
like,
to each his
yes.
own. We're not here to judge your dietary needs. We are just here to inspect this mill, of course.
So that was a cat. Huh.
Well, as you can see here, there's nothing inside the mill. No reason to inspect anything further. I just need your check mark here in the security checkbox, and if you can put your
But
stamp.
that is the best
We have
time.
to inspect the rest of the machinery and make sure it's all in good working
Oh,
order.
it's very
So,
technical
Mr. Staff.
machinery, sir. I don't know if you're qualified to check it out.
Oh,
Not
me,
that I'm
certainly I am
implying
not
that you ain't
qualified.
As a
smart
mill
enough.
inspector, we are all trained in this. Are you
I
doubting
thought you
our-
were a security inspector.
I am one of the security inspectors. The others,
We
they
have-
handle all the
have
mechanicals and
mill
things.
We
of
have
that
different
nature.
specialties.
But I
We have
don't
different
even know what
specialties.
this does.
So the second guardsman, Kyle, who's leaning against the oxen mill, is just like, I'm so confused right now.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Let's
Perhaps
just...
perhaps it would be easier if you gentlemen waited outside for us to complete our business.
That would probably be a good idea. Yes.
Hey, great.
So they look at each other pretty strangely. And the second one, Kyle, goes, I don't know if that's a wise idea letting you up in here. Not that we don't trust you or whatnot, but, you know, we're responsible for anything that happens to this mill on festival day.
We signed the papers. I mean, if anything happened, then clearly we would be responsible.
Besides,
I mean, just
why
because
would-
you're responsible for it, this mill is kind of the livelihood of the town and whatnot.
If
we
anything
don't have
happened,
this
it would
mill
be on
working,
our
we
heads
can't
as
make
well.
our
We would
tribute
lose our
payments to
jobs.
the Empire.
Of course, hail the
honestly
Empire.
think I'd
and all
never
that,
be able
but-
to get another.
So when you say hail the
inspecting job
Empire,
here.
they both like immediately click their boots together and hold their hands up and they're like, hail the Empire!
Teresa's kind of like, yeah, okay. Anyway, we know what we're doing. We know what we're doing. It's fine. Just like kind of just wait out there. We'll call you back in when we're done. A bug just fell from my ceiling. Just kind of, you know.
There
It'll
are
be
bugs
fine.
here. That is not good for the mill.
You have to
Turn
let
the
us
mill
do
down?
our
Holy-
job if you
wow.
want to pass inspection.
Can I roll persuasion?
Yeah, you can roll persuasion to.
Okay, I also have +2 to what the actual. Okay, well, it doesn't
Nope.
matter.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So the two of them
Crap.
look at each other as Teresa tries to convince them to leave, and they're like, I don't know. We better just stay here while you're doing things. It's not that we don't trust you, but it's one of those, what do they call that there in the Empire? Trust but verify. Yeah, that thing.
Of course. We've all read the statutes. But
Um,
of course.
I kind of turn back to the party and I like raise my eyebrow, and this is like I'm just gonna go out on a limb here and say like we have this look for when we just kind of want to kill like people we're trying to deal with that we don't want to deal with. So I kind of give everybody that look.
Arathod immediately pulls out his hand axe and throws it at the nearest opponent.
Jesus Christ!
Okay, so you're just gonna hand X one of these guys. Can you roll
She
for
gave me
damage
the
real
look.
quick?
What was that?
Can you roll for damage?
Oh, that's
Wow.
holy crap!
Yeah, roll for damage and give yourself the double. What
Okay.
is critical? You deal maximum amount of damage in 5e, right?
No, it's you get another.
Oh, you get another set of dice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, go ahead and double roll them critical hand axe. Jesus
What?
Christ, Rich! What the fuck?
Oh my god.
18
This
points
is
of
Ralph
damage.
all over again.
Tell me how you murder execute this motherfucker. Which one are you stabbing, by the way? Is it Kyle or the guy by the door?
Which one is
Probably the
Which
one in front
one's-
of me.
probably furthest away from my companions?
Kyle is the one that's standing over by the oxen mill, so he's farther away from you.
Okay, so I see. Piaan, what's your character's name again?
Teresa.
Teresa. I see Teresa give us the look, and then because Erethod's been waiting patiently, oh so patiently, to be able to actually do something. Just immediately whips out the hand axe, underhand throw, straight out, straight right into the guy's forehead.
Oh, so
Sinks
this
it.
is the underhand throw. This is like watching Vikings, where you're like,
Yeah.
and Kyle just like, and there's a huge spray of blood that comes out.
Teresa immediately pulls out her dagger and puts it on the other guy's throat.
And he just like holds his hands up. He's like, okay, you got
I
me.
think you made the wrong choice.
Any chance we could convince people that he attacked us first?
If you want me to tell people that, I'll tell them whatever you want.
I think that would be wisest, yes.
Hail the
Yes.
Empire.
Yes, of course. Hail the Empire.
So he like slowly lowers his arms. He's like, "Is there anything I can do to speed up your visit here to our wonderful mill?"
I would
What's
appreciate
going
it
on
if
with
you
the
went and
zombies?
sat down in the corner and allowed my friends to quietly tie you up.
So he has that enormous, obvious sweat bead. It's like, I don't know if you've ever watched Lie to Me, but it's got like all the micro expressions where it's obvious he's lying. Any CSI show, basically, where you're like, that dude is obviously lying.
Yeah.
And he's like, zombies? I don't know what you're talking about.
And then I press the knife harder
Yeah.
into his throat. Would you like to die now or have a chance at living?
Can you make an intimidate check with advantage there? Definitely advantage.
Okay.
16. Yeah, you get the immediate dank stench of like wet urine and wet hay as it like trickles down his leg. And he's like, okay, the zombies, alright. Well, Mayor Jeremiah, he gave us the code signal word to like get to the mill and take the zombies beneath the mill to the secret tunnels so we can hide them in the forest. Don't kill me, please. This is just a job. I'm not willing to die for it. I have a family, and I've got cats.
I give Arithad a look and just like kind of like should I kill him?
We don't want to take up too many of our
Yeah, I
allotted
thought-
We have a
kills.
limit. We have a
Walks
limit.
over.
Remember.
Reach down and grab hold of my hand axe, and I start pulling on it.
He's like, wait, you need me to
Trying to
tell
pull
the
it out
story
of the
that
guy's
this
head,
was
and it's like making
self-defense,
his foot
right?
twitch every time I yank on it.
You can't kill me. You need me.
I look over to Kulua, is that?
Yes.
And I say, well, what weapons do you have? Because I would know this as we're companions.
Absolutely. A mace and bow and arrow.
A bow and arrow. Okay, I pull out a small knife from my bag and give it to her and say, hold it to his throat. You take care of him.
Okay. I hold the knife to his throat, and I tell him to run
Meanwhile,
away.
you see Erithod
I tell him to
eyeing
run
the
away.
machine very carefully.
Otherwise, he will die. Because we have very angsty people with us, and I'm very neutral, and we have a limit. So, I tell him to run away, and he does. He runs past us. But,
You can't say that.
right?
Absolutely not. I will not let him
can't.
escape. What are you talking about?
Then onwards. He has to run away because we can only kill 10 people.
But we need him later to say that it was self-defense.
Well, then let's keep him.
That's what I was saying.
I think
We, like,
Erithod's
have
still
this
eyeing the
fight in
machinery.
front of
Okay, so scratch everything I said. I'm sorry. I hold the knife to his throat while you guys continue on.
Okay.
Well, he's still standing there. He's like, "Don't I know you from somewhere? I mean, I know you're holding me at knife point like the other lady was, but you seem awfully familiar to me for some reason."
No, you know me from nowhere. I'm nothing to you.
Okay, whatever you say. Everything is true.
I pick up the corpse and I place it on the grinding wheel
Okay.
and start eyeing
Which
the
one,
contraption
the
more.
watermill one or the windmill one?
The watermill one.
Okay. So the wheel is like ominously slowly moving forward.
Mhm.
And then there's like the slow as each of his like rib cage bones gets broken as the wheel rolls over him, and the sick splat of his face like being melted by the rock rolling over it. And the guardsman's like, "Oh, now I know that probably made you feel better, good sir, but I just want to point out that particular batch of grain is going to be completely ruined by it being soaked in blood. It's going to be a little bit harder to keep up with our tribute to the Empire. Not that I'm questioning your actions, which I'm sure were perfectly justified."
Slaves need gruel too.
It's true. It's true. Obviously, the nutritional content has not been completely demolished. So,
he's like,
my friend.
my good sir, we only offer the highest grade of grain. We would never consider making gruel grain.
we'll help you expand into a new
slap-
market.
My massively oversized claw on his shoulder says, "So, my friend,
Where
you
are
see
these?
what happened to him. You wouldn't want to have an accident here this evening, now would you?"
Too late. She just
So
kind of
he's
says
like,
off to the side.
well, I mean, if it's an actual accident, you can never quite tell when those are going to happen, right? That's the whole reason we call them an
Precise.
accident.
So,
I mean,
how many
does
cats
anyone
did you
really
say
want
you
to have
have?
an accident, though? No one's ever like, oh, I wish my leg was broken in an accident. No one says that.
Here's what's going to happen.
Okay.
You're going to come with us.
Are you a prophet?
To you, tonight, I am. You're
That's so
going to
cool.
come with us. You're going to help us. And when we're finished here, we will let you go. If I sense for even a moment that you try to escape or lead us astray, and I look very pointedly over to the wheel. Well, as you're so fond of pointing out, accidents do happen.
I will say that you were the one that pointed it out. Well, I think I understand your meaning. What with the subtext of this conversation and
young
all.
man, you really want to argue semantics with me right now.
Well, I will point out that as a small town, a lot of what we do involves arguing with semantics. We're quite a bit of philosophers here.
I grab him by the shirt and start walking towards the wheel.
Okay, he's like, whatever you say is correct. What, you know?
How about you show us to that basement you were talking about earlier?
I think that would be a
that
very
would be a
fine
great
idea.
Yes.
So he's nodding and he's just like, if you could just remove your claw from my arm, and if this young lady could remove a knife from my neck, I would be happy to do exactly what you told me to do.
Remove the knife from his
really
back.
like that.
I take my short bow out of my pack and kind of like hold it up like towards his back and like, okay, walk.
Like,
first,
I let go and I do the arrogant straightening of his clothes for him type thing.
excuse me. First, may I? And I like point my hand towards his pants, and like, you see like his hand is just like a normal like it's like a slightly darker skin, but something, but like a wave goes over it, and so it looks like it's a dragon's claw with like black scales along it. And so he like flexes his hand as like a weird magic-y hand motion, and I cast prestidigitation to clean his pants because I don't like the smell of urine.
Okay, good. You're cleaning the hay too.
Yeah, I'm cleaning the pee off of the things.
Excellent.
There we go. That's
Yeah,
better.
the reeking stench of urine immediately exits. Still, the stench of sweaty fear remains. The man moves towards the oxen mill and is looking at Teresa's bow as she creaks it back with an aeronaut, and he's like, "My add, while I'm going over here and opening this, that all of you have very fine, high-quality weapons compared to what we're doing."
Just open.
All right. Let me try to see if I remember the password. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, and he's like putting a padlock in, and then he pulls it off, and there's like a secret door on the floor that he pulls open. There's a staircase down to it. It looks like the stairs lead into a subterranean tunnel.
Arathog goes, "I have the same combination on my luggage."
It's very easy to remember, isn't it?
Quite so, yes. My friends,
Convenient.
please Lead the way.
I follow behind him.
So
Follow
he's like,
behind the dude.
wait. Before you go down there, it's pretty dark in that tunnel. Do any of you have a lantern?
I could take the lead. I'm very good at looking in the dark.
Well, okay. What about
I
the
have
people who aren't
torches.
good at looking at the dark, like myself? I'll be
I have
stumbling
torches
around in
and
pitch
flint steel.
blackness.
We have light sources. Don't worry.
We do.
We do.
Yes, we do.
Okay, so are you
I light a
lighting
couple of
torch or making
torches
a
and-
light of some kind?
Hand them out.
All right. You're going down into the tunnel and traveling south along with it.
Yes.
So it's only wide enough for one person to travel, of medium size. You know, it's only like 1.5 feet wide. So let me ask,
so I have
what
to do the
order you
side
are
work.
marching in, and
I'm-
where is the guardsman in this order?
The guardsman is in the front. I'm right behind him with my bow.
That seems safe.
Yeah, it does. Hey, I've only got an intelligence of like what, 10?
Who's after Teresa?
I will be.
Okay.
I will be after him.
And
So
I will
who's
take
on
the
the
back.
back.
Should we close the door behind us then?
Absolutely.
Good thinking. Smart.
Yes.
Let them know that nothing out of the ordinary has happened here, short of
Can I-
person being crushed by a grinding wheel.
Can I lock it from this side?
No, because it's a padlock. So you would have to like hook it through and then snap it in place.
Okay.
You take the padlock
I'll
with
close
you.
it, but take the lock.
We have
I'll
mage
take it.
hand.
I mean, you have to be able to see to use mage hand, right? So
I'll close it and take the lock with us.
okay, all right. Mark down. You've gained 1 padlock and key.
Yes.
Woohoo! Go team!
So this padlock seems to be of pretty fine craftsmanship. It looks like some form of coppery metal. It has a stamp on. So you know how traditional modern day padlocks, they'll have like the key slot on the bottom for if it's like a key thing. Inside of the key spot, there's a like symbol etched on it. It looks like a tree with small pieces of fruit hanging from its branches. As you travel in the darkness, after about a half an hour, you come to a staircase out, and the guard in the front's just like, "All right, we're about to come out in a big scary forest. There might be, giant spiders and whatnot out here, so I'd appreciate it if you were to defend me, since I'm, well," and he like pats his pants. He's like, "I guess I do still have my short sword since someone took it from me, but I'm guessing if I pull it out, you might shoot me in the back, and I prefer my back unshot."
Speaking of which, and she kind of like reaches around and grabs a short sword and
He's like, "Oh, how do I defend myself from the giant spiders now?"
Don't you worry about that.
Try
I'm
and
pretty
make
worried
yourself
about that.
really small.
I don't think you understand how giant these giant spiders are. They're pretty big.
well, I mean, if they kill you, we didn't kill them, guys. So we still got 9 more.
Accidents happen.
Wait,
Yeah,
I thought you
accidents
needed
happen.
me
10. That was
to
clearly an
say it
accident.
was self-defense was the guy back in the middle, Kyle.
But that
What are you
was only
talking about?
for-
That was an accident.
Wait, if I die, who's gonna take care of my kids and my cats and my kids' cats?
Don't worry.
The
I can
Empire has
close.
great health plans. Don't worry. It'll be okay.
He's like, well, I do have universal health care. I can get access to a cleric any day of the week.
Jesus
Hail the
Christ.
Empire.
Hail the Empire! And he does the like salute. Apparently, I'm either an angry monk or a butcher. Ah,
Yeah,
fresh meat.
you're an angry monk or a butcher.
Angry monk or butcher.
I do like the butcher. As you come out into the forest, there's the
Organized accident squad.
organized accident squad instead of the death squad. I like that one.
I like that one too. I like that.
As you come
It's
out
like
of the
Teresa
forest,
just kind of like turns around and like stops suddenly. Is like, guys, I have a great idea. We should rename our group.
What should we rename it?
All accidents.
Organized Accident Squads number 217. How great does that sound?
Well, I have to say, the number attached to it seems pretty high. Wouldn't like
Were
001
we
be
asking
better?
you?
I'm very large.
I do not doubt that, sir. He's like looking up at you. He's just like, but wouldn't it be indicative of your placement if you were closer to the number 1 than the number 217?
It's the number is based on assignments in our year, so it's
Sir, would
it's
you
not
like
quite
to
a
dine?
it's not a choice. It's the first part was our choice, but the second part is more of a it goes by names, you see. So it's not. It's
Oh,
not,
bureaucracy! I understand. Can't
Yes.
believe the amount of paperwork I've had to fill out. So as he opens the door and you come out into the dark, spooky forest, the Shadowfell. When you arrived, less than an hour ago, the weather outside was bright and sunny with no clouds in sight. The forest is dark and wet, and there's a thunderstorm happening, and this seems highly improbable. And it's all evergreens, super tall, interspersed with a few like redwood, sequoia, giant super trees. And it's got all the normal dark, spooky forest filled with spiders, like random shadowy cobwebs hanging around of enormous size. There's a couple like witches emblems that you might have seen in Blair Witch Project that are, you know, just random spooky stuff. There's like a voodoo doll nailed to a tree. And he's just like, okay.
Clearly a tourist destination.
Well, you know, we
feels
don't
like
normally
home.
go into the Shadowfell unless we have to, like, hide stuff from the bureaucrats, since they don't normally come here, you know.
Are you saying you're hiding things from the Empire?
Well, I did admit that we were hiding the zombies out here because you threatened to kill me unless I told you.
You could.
we'll just add that
want
to
you
the
to here to
list.
save your miserable hide.
What else could be on the list? That's the only thing on the list.
We'll just add. Don't worry. Don't you worry about the
Guys,
list.
let's just go find
We'll
out.
worry about the list.
If you lie to us again, little man, it'll be the last
When
words
did
you
I lie to you?
understood.
You told us that you didn't know about the zombies. Remember that?
I don't remember that.
He's
That's
good.
it. Gonna accident number 2. I swear.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
So as we continue walking, I'm going to ask he's a guard, right?
Yes, he's a
I'm
guard man.
going to ask the guard. So, who's the one that thought all this zombie stuff was a good idea and brought this in?
You know, I'd rather not, like, implicate anyone underneath the 5th law,
We
you
could
know.
kill you right now. Are
It's-
you
it
really
sounds
in a
like,
position of
I
hiding
You promised
things?
not to kill me, right? I mean,
It sounds
you
like
have to
Jeremiah
obey your promises. I
was
thought that
the-
was the thing.
I didn't promise
Like,
anything.
It's
She
like
did.
cops have to identify themselves. You also have to keep your
Yes.
promises. That's
Yes,
the
they
thing.
do.
I pushed the short bow into his back.
He's like, oh,
But-
the pointy end. It's my spinal cord. Listen, what do they tell me to do in this situation? Yeah, humanize. My name is Garrus. My cat's names are Cindy, Miss
You're not
Fluffy,
gonna
Okay.
Lady Flowering.
Please.
You're not gonna live through this.
He told us earlier that the old man from before gave them the signal to go hide the zombies. I'm
So-
assuming he is the brains behind this.
So he's like, wait, you just said I wasn't going to live through this.
You're
I
not
wanna
gonna live through this if
but
you
also,
keep fiddling like this.
If I'm not going to live through this, then I don't have any reason to cooperate, do I?
We haven't made
Especially
up our
if no one's
mind
gonna
yet, you
Take
see.
care of Lady Fluffington.
Oh my
Listen.
god, this dude. Can we just kill him already?
Listen,
What?
what, little man, what's your name?
I told you my name. It's Garrus.
I wasn't paying attention. What was your name?
Oh, that's really saddening. I'm trying to connect with you on an emotional level so you don't kill me.
Yes. So what was your name again?
Yes, for the 3rd time, it's Garrus.
For the 3rd time.
Sorry, I still wasn't paying attention. You mean that little to me. Listen, Garen.
It's Garrus, sir.
Sure. Listen,
With an S.
You want...
Did I mention my cat was named Lady Fluffington?
That's
It's very
fascinating.
important to me that if you kill me, someone takes care of her.
Your cat is going to be named hors d'oeuvre before the night's through. If you
Oh,
keep on.
damn.
I like that. That was a good one.
Listen, Garen, if
It's Garrus.
you have any hope of surviving, wouldn't it make sense to you, the captor, or the captive, to
Captee?
want...
Captee, sir.
Captee. Yes, thank you very much. Wouldn't it make sense for you to want to try and remain alive as long as possible? Who knows?
Yes, I want to remain alive as long as possible. I would prefer
Then I
to die of
suggest
natural
start being
causes.
more cooperative and talk even less, except to answer our questions, answer them directly, and without telling us your damn cat's names. Do you have an understanding between us?
I mean, are you promising to not kill me if I do what you said? And remember, you have to keep your promises. That's what cops have to do.
Promise is a strong word.
Yeah,
But,
we'll
all right.
promise. We'll promise, guys. We'll
Fine.
just kill him later.
I promise I will
I
not
heard you say
kill
that.
you.
You just said you'd kill me later.
No, what didn't he hear? What? You hear what?
Please.
I heard that.
Please, children, I promise I will not kill you as long as you remain of use to us.
Okay. All
That's a
right.
good
You
way
want
to
to be
beat.
useful, do you not?
I do.
Then let us proceed.
Well, it's probably something you should know. So that you don't accidentally kill me in case I don't tell you.
It would be a very wise idea.
Yeah, so, Hamshshire kind of has an agreement with the local elven rebel tribe, and they're probably, like, spreading out in the forest around us shortly, and they're gonna try to, like, ambush you on the way to the zombie thing. It's part of our emergency procedures in case one of us was to, you know, break and accidentally, get killed, and somehow you found the secret escape tunnel.
Okay,
so
One of
so
us
that's
was
going
to,
on the
like,
list.
betray
So,
the others, like I'm currently doing.
so that's
So-
something else to add to the list.
You're saying I get to kill rebels.
Oh, I'm saying you get to kill elves. They're also rebels.
Well, but there you go. See, I told you. What did I tell you? If you waited and we figured out the right thing, you would get to do what you wanted.
Yes,
there you
you're
go.
right. Patience can sometimes be
Easy. Yes. So, but you, Garrett, that was something else to
Garrett.
add. Something else
So
to add to the
Garrett,
list.
yeah.
You're saying is you've been cohorting with rebels.
I have personally not cohorted with any rebels or elves. I find
But-
them to be far too ignorant and wondrous folk who are occasionally traitorous.
You're just raking up the crimes today, aren't you? Just man.
I
It's
mean,
quite
can I be
impressive.
honest with you? I hope your elfiness doesn't get too mad, but the elves here in this particular forest seem to be rather arrogant, you know? Full of themselves and what? Just because, we don't have weapons to defend ourselves with, or, a stable economy that relies on anything but grain and tourism. They think they're all cool because they have metalworking and ancient ironwood and high culture and stuff.
That's highly presumptuous.
They are pretty presumptuous.
Okay, well let's continue to the zombies, and if we encounter these rebels, then we will deal with them.
Okay,
Thank you. We appreciate you informing us.
so if they attack, they're probably gonna kill me. So is there any chance I could get my sword back to defend myself?
Make yourself very, very small.
I mean, I'm working with you, right? Like, we've got an agreement. You're not gonna kill me, so you can trust me because I'm basically betraying my town of Hamshshire and my cats.
Precisely, young man. You're a betrayer.
So
And for that
you'll
reason
give me the
alone,
sword back.
means we cannot trust you.
Well, all right then. Well, let's just wander this
Keep
way.
working
Go
at
west-
it, though. You're doing
Go
Onwards.
fine.
southeast, and he's
Exactly.
like,
You should take that as a
Uh,
challenge to improve yourself.
okay. Well, I always wanted to go to a learning place of higher education. Maybe I'll enroll at the Evil Academy.
Perhaps you could.
I think you would do very well there.
You see this bar pop up over his head that says skill level increase speech level increased to 2.
I feel like now's a good time to take our break at the 2-hour mark.
Okay.
As you walk deeper into the dark, spooky, rainy forest. We'll be back in about 8 minutes for another 2 hours. We're still here with Noobs with Boobs, Piaan, Tuxtradamus, and Sid Alpha. Consider going on Twitter, giving them a follow, and checking out their various forms of media entertainment if you want to see more of them after the show. And again, we'll be back in about 8 minutes.